Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Esther and this is Q-Est Fashion Hub. If you're new here, you're welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, you're also welcome. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make this legging, and tell me if this sounds like what you're interested in. Let's go into it. So I folded my fabric into four. So I folded into two and then I folded again, which is into four, and this fabric is stretchy on both sides. Okay, so the part that is more stretchy is the part that is on my body measurement. Okay, this part is more stretchy than this part. Okay, so I have 2 yards of fabric here. Okay, so I'm cutting the front and the back together. This leggings is not going to be having a side seam. Okay, so it's just going to be 2 pieces. Okay, the front and the back. Okay, so now let's go straight into it. So I've drawn my starting line. So I drew out the line so that it will be fast. Okay, so I drew my starting line like this. Okay, so now I want this waistband to be 1.5 inches. I want to add a waistband to it. I'm going to be using an elastic for it. So my elastic is going to be 1.5 inches. Okay, can you see 1.5 inches? So I'm going to place my 1.5 inches. So before you start, make sure you leave like 2 inches before you start, or 2.5 before you draw your starting line. Okay, leave 2 inches or 2.5 before you start drawing anything. Okay, so I've subtracted this. We're going to work on this part later. We're going to need it later. Okay, so now I'm going to place my waistband measurements, the band measurement, which is 1.5, and then I'm going to go ahead and take all my measurements. So my hip to crotch depth is 10. Okay, so divide your hip by 4 and add 1 inches to it. So mine is 10. Okay, but because this fabric is stretchy, I'm not adding any seam allowance. I'm not adding any half inch. I'm going to use to join my bands to my main legging. Okay, so I do not add any allowance. So please, because the fabric is so stretchy, don't add allowance to it. Okay, so I took my 10 inches. So after that, I measured 3 inches. This is where I'm going to be imputing my thigh measurement. Okay, now from there, my waist to my knee measurement is 24. I marked it here, 24. The entire length of this legging is 39 inches, but I added 1 inch for my hemming allowance at the lower part. Okay, I don't know if you understand. 1 inch for the hemming allowance. Now we're going to go ahead and take all our measurements. Now it's not going to be having a zipper. It's a stretchy fabric. So now I'm going to impute my waist measurement here. My waist measurement divided by 4 minus 1. Okay, so the waist I'm working with is 30. 30 divided by 4 is 7.5. So quarter of my waist is 7.5, but I'm going to be imputing 6.5 here because it is a stretchy fabric. Okay, I'm not adding any sewing allowance. I'm not adding any sewing allowance to it. I am subtracting 1 inch from the actual waist measurement. Okay, so I will come to this crotch depth. I will impute my hip measurement divided by 4. Okay, my hip is 37. 37 divided by 4 is 9.25. So I'm going to subtract 1 inch from it. So I'm going to impute 8.25 here. Okay, after that I'm going to add extra 1.5 inches for my crotch extension. 1.5 inches. So let me mark it again. I do not want any extra allowance here. So for my crotch extension, I'm using 1.5. Remember, we are cutting both the front and the back together. Okay, so just follow me, you're going to get it. Now come to your thigh measurement, where you will impute. You can take 3 inches from your crotch depth and impute your thigh measurement. So the thigh I'm working with is 21. Okay, 21 divided by 2. Remember, you divide your thigh by 2. 21 divided by 2 is 10.5. Okay, so I'm going to impute 9.5 instead of 10.5 here because the fabric is stretchy. Okay, I'll mark it here. Okay, now come to my knee measurement. The knee I'm working with is 14. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. Okay, but I'm going to impute 6 right here. Okay, if you are making the type that is going to be having joining at the side, you could do your division evenly. If you want me to do that type of leggings for you, please drop a comment for me on the comment section. I will make the one that is 2 pieces that you're going to join both the front and the back together, but this one is just 1 piece. Okay, so I'm subtracting 1 inch from my knee measurement divided by 2. So I'll come to the ankle. Okay, right here the ankle I'm working with is 9. Okay, so half of 9 is 4.5, but I'm going to be taking 3.5 because the fabric is stretchy. Okay, 3.5. So remember, I'm not adding any allowance to it. So from here we're going to connect it to this part like this. So automatically this line is not meant to be straight, so you could use your ruler to connect it from here like this. So now after that we're going to go ahead and create our crotch curve. So you could use your free hand to just curve it now, or you could use your armhole curve, so your French curve, to connect it like this. Okay, so now from here we're going to connect the midfoot part and just take it all the way. So watch me, guys. So just take it all the way. Sorry guys, to the end. So you could use your this thing. You could use your ruler to connect, and then just take it all the way down. So this is the shape we're going to be having. Okay, so let me connect it again. Hope you can see what I'm doing, guys. So just connect it like this. So this is the measurements that we have. Okay, now for the front waist, this is the front waist. You will come here and drop the waist measurement by half an inch, so that it just helps us sit properly on the waist. Okay, so we're going to use our French curve to just connect into the side. Okay, so it's not straight, it's not meant to be straight, so just slightly connect it back. Okay, so now we're still going to modify this one. Okay, we're going to modify the back panel, but this is the front. Okay, so this is the front. So I'm going to go ahead now and cut the front first. Note, I'm not going to cut both. So this is 4 pieces. Okay, 1 2 3 4. So but I'm going to be cutting just 2 out of the way. So now I'm going to start from this side. So I'm just going to cut this. Okay, so now once I cut the lower part, I'm going to raise it up. I'm raising it up because I'm cutting just 2. So I'm raising it up. I'm going to go ahead and cut. So I'm going to go ahead and cut 2. So let's take out this part. So now this is serving as our front. So now let's work on the back. So at the crotch depth here, so this is the back. At this crotch extension, what you're going to do is to extend it by 1. Extend the back crotch by 1. And you see this is tracing this exact line. So now we're going to go down by half, just to make the crotch sit properly. Okay, so now we are going to go down by half. Okay, so after that, this is 1, right? So now we're going to, I'm not going to add any allowance to this part. Okay, to this part we are just going to trace exactly what is here. Okay, but for this back we are going to raise it up. So you could raise yours by 1 or even 2 inches, depending on how big the person you're working for is. If the person is so big, you can raise it by 2 or 1.5, but for me I'm just going to raise it by 1, just 1. Okay, so I'll raise it. That's the excess of you add this extra. So now from here I'm going to go ahead and connect back to this part. Hope you can see what I'm doing, guys. Connect back here, and then I raised it up by 1 here, so I'm just going to go back and blend it in. So we're working with this lower one, and then so this one that we added for the back, we're just going to go ahead now and blend it in. Okay, do you understand? So we're going to blend it in, just blend it in. So now we're going to go ahead and cut the back panel. So this is going to serve for the front, and this is our back. So I'm just going to indicate by adding lines here very well to show that this is the back and this is the front. So let's just take this off the way. So when you open it up, we're going to have just 2 pieces. Okay, so guys, on your norms, your trouser is meant to be 2. Okay, 2 for the front, 2 for the back, but this is just straight like this. Okay, so this is our front and back together. Let's just fold this and set it aside. So for the waistband, it's measuring 4 inches. I added half an inch to it. So this is the waist is, remember I said the waist is 30. Okay, so and you remember that we subtracted later, so we are still going to reduce it. I just cut excess of it, so that when we are done, when we are ready to fix it, we will still reduce it later. So when you fold it into 2, it's going to, can you see how the waist is folding? So this is like this is 2 inches. Okay, 2 inches. So we'll use half an inch to join it. So but let's set this aside now. So what we're going to do now is to go ahead and join. So we'll go ahead now and we're going to stitch this part, the crotch, by half an inch. We're also going to stitch this part by half an inch. Okay guys, so at this point I was done sewing. I first used my overlocker. So if you don't have overlocker, you can use a zigzag machine to just stitch it. So I'm done. Okay, so this is the back and this is the front. I've joined both crotch together. Now the next thing you're going to do is to go ahead and then close the inseam. So we're going to close the inseam and then we will hem the lower part. Okay, so let's close the inseam like this all the way to the hem, and then we're going to go ahead and hem the lower part. Okay guys, so I've gone ahead to close the inseam using half an inch to close it, and I also hem the lower part of the leggings. Okay, so there's no light, so I could overlock this part. So moving on guys, so the next we are going to do is, remember when we were cutting, we have our waist measurement, we subtracted 1 inch from it. So now if you measure what you have here, now it's not going to be up to the end, the normal waist measurement. So this is like a 28. So we are going to reduce this waistband, which is reduce 1 inch from it on fold, so that is going to give us 28. I'm going to go ahead now and reduce this waistband. So I'm reducing my waist. So I've reduced the waistband, and this is my elastic. So I cut exactly the same length of my elastic. Okay, can you see the elastic? The same length. So what we are going to do now is to go ahead and then put our elastic inside the middle like this, and then we're going to fold it into 2 like this. Make sure you centralize it at the middle. Okay, so make sure it is at the middle like this. So we're going to go ahead and stitch it all the way down. So we're going to go ahead and pin it. Let me just pin it. Once I'm done, I'm going to now flip it inside out and then fold it into 2 like this, and then we're going to pin it right side facing right side. Okay, like this. But then I'm going to put a label. Okay, so you could use something, a label or a pieces. Can you see guys? So I'm going to put it here so that I know that this is my back panel. Okay, so I'm going to fold it this way and just put it here like this. So I'm going to pin it all the way around. So I'll make sure that this part is maybe at the back. So I'm going to pin it like this all the way. We're going to stitch it to the side all the way around. So I'm going to do all the way around like that. So I will join the waistband. So guys, after I was done joining the waistband, I flipped the allowance to the side of the leggings and I top stitch. So guys, this is the final look. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to drop a beautiful comment, and please hit on the notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified whenever we post any video. Please also engage with our content. Okay, like this video, drop a comment. My name is Esther and this is Q-Est Fashion Up. Don't stop learning, keep learning, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I love you guys. Bye.